Hong Kong is a key international information hub. It has a well-developed media industry, and most Western media outlets have their Asia-Pacific headquarters here.
If you look at the Western media, there is a general misrepresentation about what's going on in Hong Kong in general. But I think this is ultimately part of the double standard. You can see that the West is absolutely taking a one-sided unilateral approach.
In Hong Kong, if there's some tear gas fired or some policeman is seriously life-threatened and he takes out his gun, he doesn't fire his gun at anybody, he just says, you know, go away, right? This carries huge publicity. This is just absolute, complete hypocrisy.
Yet the loudest voices coming out of Hong Kong distorted the truth. The Western media, as well as some of Hong Kong's own outlets such as Apple Daily, never mentioned the protesters attacking first or the violent tactics they employed. Instead, they concentrated on showing the police waving their batons and firing rubber bullets. On July the 28th, a series of illegal marches were staged in Central and other areas. The police arrested 49 people, 44 of whom were later charged with rioting. Some of the detainees were held at Kwai Chung Police Station, which then came under siege by other rioters. Lau Chuk-kei and his squad were ordered to the police station, where they arrived at 7 a.m. on July the 30th. By 6 p.m. that evening, the station was surrounded by more than 2,000 protesters. Inside, Lau and his men were keeping a watchful eye on developments. At 11 o'clock, they noticed a man lying unconscious, having been attacked by the mob. They decided to form a sortie party to go out and rescue him. However, during the rescue attempt, Lau was separated from his men. Struck to the ground, he was set upon by the mob.
他们把我推倒在地上打我，用脚啊踢我把我的头踢伤啊，用的木棒啊铁棒啊打我，很用劲，很凶。但是在我的晕的时候，他也有另一个人，应该是他想把我的枪击抢对去，知道我有人抢我的枪，我用我的全身的气力把我的枪拉回我的身边。
Helped by his colleagues, Lau got to his feet and aimed his weapon at the mob to keep them at bay, but he did not shoot. The provisions of Chapter 29, Usage of Force and Firearms of the Hong Kong Police General Orders, state that police officers may use firearms under the following circumstances. 1. To protect anyone, including the officer's own person, from harm to life or physical damage. 2. Where there is reason to believe that someone committing a serious violent crime should be arrested, or a suspect who has committed a serious violent crime attempts to resist arrest. 3. To suppress disturbances or riots. Lau Chuk-kei insists that his purpose was to rescue the injured man. He pointed his gun at the mob out of frustration. He was also armed with a pistol that could fire lethal rounds. According to the regulations, he was permitted to use that pistol in self-defense. Yet he didn't use it.
这把枪太危险了，会死人的，不想伤人。他们现在看来，他们完全不知道我们在爱视他们。他们的表现告诉我，他们根本就没有当过我们警察是人。
Later that same night, a photograph of Lau Chuk-kei pointing his gun at the crowd spread across the internet. In a deliberate attempt at distortion, certain media organizations presented the incident not as a police officer being attacked by thugs, but as a police officer being guilty of unprovoked violence against peaceful demonstrators.
我受伤之后到现在，香港的媒体没有一个媒体找我，他们根本知道我在做什么，他们不想给你个机会去澄清。香港传媒把我们的香港现在的情况呢，黑白倒转来说，媒体一窝蜂一面倒的把我们警察说成是黑警。
Always, the camera was focused on the law enforcers and ignored the protesters, and always questions were asked from a biased standpoint. Reports were often based on rumor, and the resulting arguments inevitably reached unfounded conclusions. The media, while claiming to be objective and neutral, was in fact resorting to selective and distorted reporting. Elements of the Hong Kong media also colluded with their Western counterparts to cast the mob's behavior in a rational light.
They don't like the reporting from we're doing.
The most frequent form of distortion is to take one aspect of the situation and enormously increase its importance out of any balance of the situation. There's fake news and what I would call falsified news.
Timely, comprehensive, and truthful reporting is the lifeblood of the media. Being unbiased, professional, and objective are the fundamental principles any reporter must observe. Regrettably, amid the chaos in Hong Kong, some parts of the Hong Kong media acted as spokespersons for the West. They did everything they could to discredit the Hong Kong police, vilify the HKSAR government, glorify the protests, and incite social unrest. Through their actions, they were guilty of fueling the violence in Hong Kong. Two types of black terror ravaged Hong Kong at the time. One was the visible brutality unleashed in the streets, the other was rumor. This is the Hong Kong that is filled with malicious lies.